Mickey 17 does the inverse from the norm, where our main character has no motivations in the world of very self-serving people. It turns to a unique story figuring out what's worth living and dying for. The biggest hurdles come from characters who serve the plot more than the story. I absolutely enjoy how Mickey as a character has no motivation. You ever heard the saying, no one is selfless and everything someone does is selfish even when they are helping others? It's not much of a saying, but this movie does that, except everyone's selfish desire is a detriment to each other. Robert Pattinson, playing as two versions of himself, is the most entertaining part. He's on point with his acting. The satire is something I personally enjoy. A bunch of people acting silly and over the top, but being completely serious about everything that they do. And in this movie, it revolves around Mickey just being taken advantage of by everyone. I like that we saw a backstory of him getting roped into a bad business, and now he's on the run because his problems didn't stem from his situation, but from his own lack of real initiative to help himself, and inevitably becomes a story of a man looking for meaning in life and meaning through death. And in a world that only ever looks out for itself, that can be a relatable message. Except for the fact that the third act gets ruined. Dare I say, the whole movie is tarnished by one character. And no, I'm not talking about Mark Ruffalo's character. I know a lot of people don't really like him because there are nods to him being like Trump and DEI. His character's written well and serves a story for Mickey as an antagonist who has the biggest ego and cares more for optics than anything else. Really, I'm talking about Nasha. And I can't talk about her without going into spoilers, so you've been warned. There are two things I hate when it comes to watching a movie. One is a villain who is smart and they apparently planned everything that would have happened. And two is perfect characters. If you write a perfect character, they should be hated by the other characters or worshipped by them. Nasha, Mickey's girlfriend, is neither. She purely exists to serve the plot. And I gotta go on a quick side note here. When Mickey 18 comes into play, he is a false choice of the story. The part of the story where the hero must choose between what they want and what is right. A good story makes sure no matter what the hero chooses, they lose. Mickey 18 wants to get revenge for all that has been done to him, and where he is right that the practice is wrong, it's all unfortunately legal. So seeing him conflict with Mickey 17 makes an internal conflict external. And in come the aliens, a native species that can be pushed over just as easily as Mickey. So he's the only one that can stand up for them. But when the humans threaten to kill the aliens and the aliens threaten to kill the humans, the movie transitions from a character-driven narrative to a plot-driven narrative. And Nasha's actions begin to overshadow Mickey's. She fights off everyone and even fixes the problems with their local government. All of this is just told to us. Like, yeah, Nasha's perfect. She fixed everything. The aliens were there to start the conflict that essentially Nasha fixes. Yes, Mickey's empathy is the driving factor for it all, but it gets lost in the sauce by Nasha's action. She's the ex machina to the plot and is only ever played off in a way that she never did anything wrong. Even the scene when she was trying to have a three-way with Mickey, I thought, yeah, okay, here's some conflict. Mickey doesn't feel comfortable here and she doesn't really care about his feelings. No, gets interrupted and forgotten. Mickey was supposed to literally learn from himself, and instead of us getting to see the outcome of it, really becomes a metaphor told to the audience because Nasha fixed everything. In a world where everyone is dramatically flawed, Nasha, being the only flawless person, does the most harm. Movie's a 7 out of 10. Until next time, play nice.